powerful armies move toward a collision that will reshape the world. One man holds the walls, while another marches from the frozen north. Smoke from the city hearths smudges the cold, steel-blue horizon tonight. Gold decorations sparkle inside dark halls, where men plot their next move. The eagle still flies, but its silver wings are covered in dust. Every brick in this sprawl was placed to last for all eternity. Yet the foundations of the Roman world are starting to tremble now. Statues of ancient rulers watch the streets with cold and hollow eyes. People huddle in the dark corners, whispering about the signs in the sky. A new power is rising, colder and more resilient than the old. We are stepping into a machine of power made of fire and stone. The silence of the night is a heavy cloak over the empire. Every heartbeat brings us closer to the shattering of the ancient order. This is the reality of Rome before the final, violent storm arrives. Armor clanks in the dark as guards move through the silent plazas. The scent of charcoal and wet iron hangs in the stagnant air. High walls shield the wealthy from the growing hunger of the streets. Polished steel swords reflect the flickering orange light of the city guard. The Senate sits in darkness, their influence fading with the dying sun. Rome is a sprawling maze of luxury and deep, unforgiving charcoal shadows. You can feel the tension building within the massive, cold stone arches. The era of the many leaders is ending in a spray of blood. A single vision of fire has ignited the hearts of marching legions. They bring a new philosophy that will tear the old world down. Soldiers tighten their leather straps and check their heavy wooden combat shields. The basalt streets of the Forum are empty and cold tonight, waiting. Rome is no longer a dream. It is a nightmare of coming steel. We follow the shadows of history into the center of the conflict. This is the beginning of the end for the ancient world order. A cold wind blows through the columns of the great hall today. Every stone in the city is a witness to the coming revolution. The pulse of the empire is slowing down before the final strike. We are the ghosts walking through the halls of a dying giant. Look closely at the faces of those who will not see tomorrow. The march begins under a sky heavy with the weight of iron. 10,000 soldiers move through the freezing mist of the northern valleys. Their heavy wooden shields are painted with a new and mysterious emblem. The sound of metal clashing against metal echoes in the silent forest. Cold, teal-blue light reflects off the sharp edges of every Roman spear. Constantine leads his legions with an iron will across the broken earth. Supply wagons groan as they travel along the ancient, narrow stone roads. Flickering orange campfires burn low against the dark, charcoal-colored night sky. Dust rises from the dry ground, coating the leather and the steel. Every mile brings the army closer to the ultimate seat of power. The soldiers eat their rations in silence around the glowing, hot embers. They watch the horizon for the first signs of the enemy's scouts. The cold wind bites through thick wool cloaks and heavy iron breastplates. Rome is calling, but the path is blocked by steel and fire. Blacksmiths work through the night, hammering out the dents in battle shields. Orange sparks fly into the cold air like small, dying winter stars. The breath of horses hangs in the mist like thick, gray ghosts. Every man knows that there is no retreat from this coming storm. A new order is being forged in the heat of the forge. The rhythmic thud of thousands of boots creates a heartbeat for war. Scouts return with news of the massive walls protecting the ancient capital. Maxentius has fortified the city, turning marble into an ironclad fortress. The Tiber River waits ahead, a cold barrier of deep, dark water. Constantine stares into the flames, his eyes reflecting a cold, blue light. He carries a vision of total victory that defies the old laws. The scent of pine and wet earth fills the stagnant morning air. Legionaries tighten their belts and sharpen their short swords for the strike. This is a journey through a world that is dying and rising. Shadows of the mountains stretch long across the path of the army. Every bridge crossed is a point of no return for these men. The sky turns a bruised purple as the sun sets over Italy. Far in the distance, the smoke of Rome begins to smudge the air. It is a city of 1,000,000 souls waiting for a master. The cold steel of the swords feels heavy in the weary hands. We follow the iron serpents as they descend from the high hills. This is the engineering of war, precise, brutal, and completely unforgiving. The camp is a grid of leather tents and sharpened wooden stakes. Sentries stand like statues, watching the dark gaps between the flickering torches. They are the guardians of a revolution that will burn the past. Deep charcoal shadows hide the fear and the ambition of the ranks. The dawn arrives with the sound of 1,000 trumpets calling out. The mist clears to reveal the massive scale of the approaching force. Sunlight catches the gold of the standards, shining with a cold brilliance. We are walking through the pulse of an empire on the move. Every step forward is a calculated strike against the old world order. The ground trembles beneath the weight of the heavy Roman cavalry units. They move with the grace of predators and the strength of iron. The distance between the two rivals is shrinking with every passing hour. We feel the gravity of the collision that is about to happen. Rome is a target of stone, and the steel is almost there,